Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Menteri Rangba Kejela Konrad Kongkel Sangma mentakasni Pynioh trik nok pra ulah pensyai pat ba ka bedai berkejing tau ke sarkar ye ke investing Meghalaya agency. Nakadang Menteri Rangba ulah ong bakalong ka basngosi banyo I bawat kinong thok khubor kimti benya bha halor kani namar ka ei ka bami hakikot khubor ka penpau bakim wat benya halor kani kamat. Konrad loong kum Kejela ka kwa ban keu hakayo ka kot bat khamtam hakabede bat kathong ka bakadon ban kinjo sha kata ka 10 billion bat ru kayo kam yo jam ka baka sarkar ka bu kata ban ai kam ye kumba sanlak ngut tam ki Samla uloong baka sarkar ka don kam ni ki jingkin shopi sad ka ba ai la ni ki company ki ba he bakin wan seng ye ki hotel ki karkhana hakatnan IT bat kiwei ula pentip ru balai baka sarkar ka le yakani namar menshwa kadon ka single window clearance ya ka bala shimkhiar ka tanan industries bat kino kitna traikam ki badan ki jaka ki Donkam ru ye ka jingyo jingbet na ka KHEDC bat ka jingong bakum ka sarkar ka ya lat ya ka KHEDC kalong ka babakla bat kum ka kinhon menteri ka laya kren sani bha ha ka bedei bat kani namar ka de ka kam ka kongsan bha na ka benta ka bha ka mian jong upat ba
was being kept or is being proposed to be kept for the Invest Meghalaya agency. I know that clarifications have been given, but I thought this is the first time I'm having a large gathering after that news had come out. It's quite actually sad that newspapers also need to do research. So it was very irresponsible, I must say, on behalf of the newspaper to come out with articles without really doing their research. Today, for any kind of economic growth, for any kind of investment, if we want to touch the $10 billion economy, if we want to create the 1 lakh jobs that we are 5 lakh jobs that we're targeting, we need investments. We need private sector to come in and set up the large hotels. We need them to come in, set up the large pharmaceutical industries. We need them to come in and set up large IT sector industries. And I'm talking about green projects more. I'm not talking about different other projects that may not be as environment friendly as we wanted. So we avoid those as much as possible, but focus on the new technology-based industries that can grow and can give the large employment opportunities, food processing, which is good for our farmers, good for the world, and good for our entrepreneurs. So therefore, it is with that idea that we created what we call the Invest Meghalaya agency. Why we did it? It's because earlier there used to be something called the single window clearance, which used to be dealt by the Industries Department. But if somebody wants to invest in power sector, then you need to work with the power department. If somebody wants to invest in the tourism sector, then you need to work with the tourism department. If somebody wants to invest in the agriculture sector, they need to work with the agriculture department. So now, when the nodal agency used to be the industries department and the single window is out there, it was too tedious for the investor to move through the single window and then for the single window to again work with agriculture and other departments, or with power department, or with tourism department, and hence, realizing that all of this needed to become put together, we decided that we'll bring all the departments together under a committee headed by Chief Minister, which we'll call the Invest Meghalaya agency. And that was the concept with which we started, a single portal where you just simply apply, you don't have to come physically, you apply in the portal, your permissions on a time-bound manner will be given to you. All the procedures will be followed. The land, whichever department holds the land, they will be discussing through the IMA, and the necessary permissions will be given. And the necessary permissions required from the KHEDC, which are mandatory, will also have to be taken. So there's no question of anybody saying that IMA will bypass the KHEDC. Absolutely not. Every agency has got its power based on the constitutional provisions. Those powers cannot be negated. And hence, all those procedures will be followed. But IMA did not have any provision to hold any kind of a land bank. Because we thought that tourism is having its land bank, power will have its necessary land bank, and accordingly they will move forward. So hence, the amendment we made was to allow IMA also to hold land. Earlier, it was not there. So like MIDC can hold land, buy land, and then lease it out to investors. Like MTDC can own land and lease it out to, just like we did for the Orica Lemon Tree Hotel recently. So like that, since IMA is the competent authority for investment, we made an amendment to say that like MIDC holds land bank, IMA will also be able to hold land and then lease it out. Never did we ever mention, and we've discussed this in detail in the cabinet, that we have to be very careful because this is regarding land, which is one of the most important assets for our people, for our society, and for our state, and hence we will go into it very carefully. And hence we went into every provision that was there in the cabinet memo, and that is the decision that we had taken. But for whatever reason, it was twisted in the articles written in certain papers. As I said, it's avoidable, these kind of articles, if proper research is done. So again, I'm stressing on research. So I request our friends from the press also that they should do their proper research in this area. So therefore, I also want to make it very clear that the KHADC and all the other district councils are working very closely today with the government. We are working hand in hand. We are respecting each other's jurisdictions. We are respecting each other's powers. We are ensuring that in no situation or circumstance should we undermine each other. And that kind of coordination is very important. It is complicated because there are a lot of national laws, there are a lot of state laws, and there are laws being made by the district council. So hence, there could be sometimes differences and clash, and obviously, as you know, constitutionally, the national law prevails all laws made by state or by council, and so on and so forth. But wherever possible, we ensure that proper communication is maintained, regular meetings are held in all aspects, multiple times. If necessary, we call, we discuss, we disagree, and then we agree. And that is the procedure that we follow, and that is how we've been able to ensure that many of the old pending bills that were there in the council, I think there were 20 or 30 bills that were pending for whatever reason in the last many years, we cleared all of them.